There's a war going on, the books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought, it's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA, stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Tuesday, January 13th. We're ready for a great sports betting day with NBA, NHL, college basketball, ready to go on the grind here with just 7 NFL games left this season. And our college football national championship game just 6 days away, but then we'll be hitting the grind on the way to spring training with our big 3 sports here for the time being. And hey, thanks for joining me here. We had a great time last night here on the Sports Money Network with our Monday night football playoff tilt between the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Houston got that win last night for their first ever playoff road win. And Pittsburgh, well, it still counts. It was Monday night and they lost. And they lost their 7th consecutive playoff game. Saw Aaron Rodgers walk off the field likely for the final time, followed by his current head coach, Mike Tomlin, but could have been Tomlin's last time walking off the field also as head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Houston outgained Pittsburgh 400 to 175. Texans led just 7-6 after 3 quarters, but scored 23 points in the 4th quarter with 2 defensive touchdowns there as the Houston defense dominated in this game. And the Steelers were going to be up against it in the end there. We did get lucky there, I guess, on the under. Man, felt like Houston could have scored another defensive touchdown. Rodgers would have went back in there, but that was it for the Steelers. We know the final matchup right now here as well. Oh, man, we got some steam coming in. We're going to have plenty of steam here with a nice college basketball card today, so stay tuned. But do know the odds here for that final matchup. We already discussed the other 3, of course, but the Patriots are 2.5-point favorites at home against Houston, total 41. So we know also the times of the matchups as well. And we knew the dates. We just didn't know the times. Buffalo and Denver will lead off the action on Saturday at 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific. 49ers and the Seahawks at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific time on Saturday. Then on Sunday, the Texans and the Patriots will be at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. And the late game, Rams at Bears, 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific in the Sunday nightcap. So we'll see you then, and we'll see you here over the next couple of hours. We'll preview the action here for Monday. We did have to bring home some winners here on the show yesterday, including here on the morning steam with college basketball. We had Navy and American to go under. We had some good winners here, actually, on the show. Incarnate Word and Stephen F. Austin game to go under. We had Florida A&M here on the show as well. Seemed like we hit most of these small board games. We had Maryland Eastern Shore over Norfolk yesterday as well. So, interesting day of basketball. The big game, of course, was won by McNeese in a dominating fashion. We did fall on the short end of that one, but man, maybe McNeese is all that once again. They could change the coach, but they're still a pretty good team here. Talking about the uh, McNeese State Cowboys. All right, we had some winners here on the show also in the NBAs. We brought you the Utah Jazz yesterday, winner on the show. Celtics and Pacers under we had yesterday as well. Nets and Mavericks to the under, and we had the Clippers as well for a 4-2 night there, and also NHL action here. Winners with Tampa Bay on the road. We got the winner there. We also had a winner in the matchup between Vancouver and Montreal. Totals winner on the over. We had the Devils and the Wild over yesterday. Oilers and the Blackhawks game to go under there as part of the winners at on the show. All right. Hey, you can get more picks from me here today when you go to winnable.com/Ramon and check me out over at Winnable with my sports money premium plays for just 37 cents a day. You can get plays from me for the next month when you subscribe. I always throw in an extra week in there. So if you want to support me here on the channel, get more content from me in a more timely fashion. Hopefully we're going to get over some winners here on the show over the next couple of minutes, keep you informed of any kind of news that breaks here as well. We know we had some good news, some interesting news there yesterday for sure, but if anything breaks here today, we'll let you know on the show. So but I will send out packages here today in college basketball and probably tennis as well. We'll see if we have any true premiums in the NBA and NHL. Been laying off a little bit on the winnable package in the NBA and NHL. Oh, hey, you're getting the picks right here, right now with me. So it's got to be a double up to give it away, give it up twice there, but still going to send plenty of plays out here over the next few hours here with a big day of basketball action, and college basketball is my favorite. So hopefully pick up some winners here like we did yesterday with the sports money premiums. Weren't all there again, but tennis got off to a rugged start a little bit for me here as I'm starting to go with some releases. But we did have a Schneider over Leylah Fernandez for a premium pick winner yesterday. Also had premium pick winners in college basketball with North Carolina Central over Morgan State, and we also had Alabama State over Alcorn there. So I would try to bring some home here on Tuesday. So consider subscribing to get additional plays from me, and it keeps me coming back here on the Sports Money Network channel. All right. Also use that promo code STEAM to save 20% off those premium pick packages. Thought we were going to give away one last night on the show, but the duck race never materialized. The show just ended. There was no duck race. So no quack, quack, no quack, quack. Check me out over at winnable.com/Ramon. All right. And the game was so bad it kind of knocked some of our staff out there, I think, there at the end of the show. But that's all right. Hey, we'll get to see the Houston again here and see what happens. I mean, only a 2.5-point dog there against the New England Patriots. Okay, reassess a little bit. Maybe that Houston offense was a little better than we thought. Woody Marks had a career game in there, despite the fact that we won an under on his second half on his carries by the time they had done the damage and racked up the win. They brought in Chubb to kind of mop up there and secured the victory for us. Hey, let me say hello to the folks in the chat right now as we get ready for the show. Cash Kane is here today. Bobby Mack ready to roll here today with some great action. Hey, we got Big Robert here. We got to take a peek at the card here in soccer today, and we got a Bundesliga card kind of featured event today with 4-game pack of Bundesliga action for major conference competition. Also, England has a Carabao Cup game between City and Newcastle United today, and also for me, 5 games in the Mexican League today, including some early starts there. So take a look maybe at the Mexican League today. But also, tennis action continues from Australia here. I mean, I gotta pick it up there a little bit with my overnight picks. Robert Hadney, he said last night, I liked he liked Maya Joint, and I had seen a lot of folks touting Joint. She's obviously going to be the better player than Sophia Kenin, but I was thought Joint was off to a little bit of a slow start, and I liked Kenin at plus money, but Maya Joint got that straight set win, so Robert got me on that one. All right, let's get rolling here today with some of the action. The market's opening up here and looks okay so far, but we are taking a little bit of a downturn here early. Was up pre-market. All right, let's see what else. Who else is here today to get it rolling with me? Greg Gibson, cracking the money machine. Greg said Rogers would throw an interception and Pittsburgh would not score over 10 points. Man, that had to be right there. At least 4-1, I would think, with Pittsburgh under 10 points. It was the worst performance of Aaron Rodgers' career for an offense led by him. He never scored 6 points in a playoff game. Greg said Houston and under was the money there, and I'm a bit into it. Got to sit here and make excuses for myself. But obviously, I've been a pretty big fan here of the Texans a little bit, and of the C.J. Stroud, despite a really bad game by him there last night. But at the end, I was just like, there might be something to this Pittsburgh Monday night thing, and kind of bought into it there and went with the Steelers plus the points. And I know it shouldn't be a day of the week thing, but you got a great crowd there in Pittsburgh, great fan base, and that's what really helps you in scenarios like that. But man, Ravens defense, just too Texans defense, just too much for sure there in that game. So Pittsburgh was just 2 of 14 on third down. Meanwhile, the Texans were 10 of 15 on third down. That's pretty good there. So we'll see what they can do against New England. All right, let's keep it moving here, though, with the folks in the chat. And then we got to get started here, it feels like right now. AOD, how about the Jazz? Sixers for Greg, the Jazz as well. Man, we got to get this steam out here, too. Why don't we, real quick? It's rolling in here this morning. You deserve it here, so why not talk about it and preview it here a little bit right now, get that steam out to you that's been rolling in here right now within the last several minutes. While I've been talking, give the most important information out. St. Mary's and San Francisco. Here's some steam to the under with the Gales and the Dons. It was 142. 140 here, it looks like, with St. Mary's and San Francisco. Also Air Force and San Jose State. Steam to the under here this morning. It was 133.5. We're down to 132 here, it looks like, with Air Force and San Jose State. Got the steam rolling in here right now on the morning steam show. I think we had one other one. Let me see if we can't track it down here real quick. With some of the other notes coming. Oh, it was an NBA game. No wonder I couldn't see it. Steam to the under here with Denver and New Orleans, two teams that seem to produce a lot of overs right now, but under here with Denver and New Orleans, it was 234 down to 232. It looks like here with Denver and New Orleans. So we're taking some steam here today on the morning steam show as we get you ready. Also steam here to the under with Baylor and Oklahoma State. This one was 168. We're down to 166 and maybe 166.5. Baylor and Oklahoma State. The steam is in on the under there in that one. I stayed up late and I was watching the, not stayed up late. I don't know. I was up early or whatever, but I was going to roll through watching the Raducanu and Osorio match, but the rains came a little bit. There were a few matches after that, but also Mira Andreeva rocked Puskova late, and man, I lost to another one. I don't know if it was on the it was over on our super premiums, if you know what I mean, with Mboko. I know she's gonna have a great year. I did fade her here early on, so these are the mistakes. Got to clean up here a little bit in the tennis. I went with Kalinskaya over Mboko on 3 sets, and Mboko won that tiebreaker in the third set. All right, let's see what else. We had some other steam boobs here right now. Want to cover them here. Iowa State and Kansas State steam to the over in this big game today. It was 148. We're up to 150 here, 150 and a half, 151 possibly. Seconds ago, here it is. Right now, you're getting a live one with Ohio and Toledo. Steam here to the over in this one. It was 159. We're up to 160 and a half immediately here with Ohio and Toledo. This one's getting hit to the over right now here on the Morning Steam Show. Also, as we're coming on the air, let's see here. I thought we had another move here real quick. Let's see here. I think we had it with Illinois, Chicago, and Northern Iowa. This one was, oh man, look at this. Game 623, 624 here. We had it was 128 in the game between Illinois, Chicago, and Northern Iowa. Now we are down here to 127. The thing is here, it went all the way down, I think, to 124. It might, some spots open this up 122 and a half, and we're really all the way up to 128. But that's where the steam has come in on the under. And you'd have to think with those two teams, I thought that, when I saw 123 twos, 123s, that, I was like, yes, this is a low scoring game. Goes all the way up, gets dummied up here to 128, and now is hit back down here with room to breathe, if you believe the original opener at 123 or so. Hopefully that's the kind of insight we give you here at Morning Steam, or maybe I'm just aghast with that. All right, I think that might be it for now. Let's get rolling here with the coverage. And thank you again for joining us on the show. Let's talk more to the chat here with some of the games today. Greg pointing out all his winners here, that's for sure. And let's see here. Lakers are washed. Hello to AOD. It's just, what are the Lakers? I mean, these guys are playing down to their competition every time, and this is what is frustrating. When we heard Coach in the press conference there at the end of the game, Coach JJ, the unprofessionalism, I don't know if that's what he was kind of calling it, that's what he was alluding to, but losing to the really weak sisters right now. Hey, you're going to lose games. This is the NBA, but that's the frustrating thing for Coach Reddick right now, is who they're losing to as much as when they're losing. So Mike talked about this one big time with Utah losing by 55 and then winning by 11. It says that is just a huge angle when a team, no matter how bad they are, gets walloped like that. And remember, we were talking about it here on the show yesterday because we were on the Utah Jazz plus the points in that game was
team play.
Yes, part of that as well, but also the fact that their best player was missing in the previous game, and then he was back in the game last night. So I think that was also part of it there as well. So okay, let's keep it going here right now, and got to get started here. We got a lot of games to preview. I picked about 8 college games. I don't know if they're the best of the bunch, but thank you to Fernando. You brought us the winners on the show yesterday as much as I did. It felt like there. Thank you to Fernando. And Robert had it with my, and it's funny because who doesn't like Maya Joint right now, or at the end of last season, and having been looking so great out there for sure. So Terrell says Aaron Rodgers might want to go hide in the dark here. It's funny, we think of all the different athletes, and right, they talk about Tomlin. Maybe if he doesn't go coaching it up, he'll go to the booth. What is Aaron Rodgers going to do with his life? Right? I mean, he's going to hang out with young women, and he's obviously not made for TV. I don't think he's a commentator, right? It was just too awkward a little bit. So what does a guy like Aaron Rodgers do? I hope we don't see him. I don't know. We'll see. What do you think Aaron Rodgers could do with his life after this point? I don't think he's a coach. Do you guys think he's a coach? He could be one of those. Maybe he could do some off the wall media stuff. I mean, I'm not talking about just the political aspects of it. I just mean, I don't know. We've seen some. He could be a reality show in his own life, I think. What do you think about that? Stand on Biz, ready to go. He likes the college slate today in college ball. And Terrell says, oh, yeah, Terrell, you know what? It was a thing of beauty to me. It was the one sport I kind of came through a little bit on there last night, although the sports money previews were 2 and 3, but we had a good day on the show. All right. And Rogers knows his run is over. I mean, what's he going to do? What are you going to do with your life, Aaron? Here. Okay, let's get rolling. We can put yesterday aside, that's for sure. Let's get started on this card because we got to look at NBA first here. And I'm ready to. Market is tumbling here again, maybe back to even here right now as we get the day started. All right.
Steam play.
Hey, well, okay, we got you one here. Maybe let's see here. Oh, that's yeah. I don't. So if you ever sometimes hear me not report them, sometimes they are international games or something that I'm not going to trouble you guys with. But we'll keep it going here right now. Let's get started, shall we? Terrell's ready to go. He's got his college basketball. You know, we're going to start though with the NBA here on our 7-game card on Tuesday. Here we go. Phoenix. Oops. Game, Parma Jake. Hello, Parma Jake. All right. All right. Aaron, he likes him young too, Terrell. Don't forget. All right, let's get it rolling here right now and start it off with the Phoenix Suns taking on the Miami Heat. Hey, this sounds like a hot game, if you know what I mean. Here, the big yellow star, the big white star in the middle. Coming in, taking on Miami here, relatively close game, but the Suns are the one with all the momentum right now. 3-game winning streak coming into this one. Miami 3-game losing streak, but throw them on the road. Maybe that'll even things up a little bit. We're showing here Phoenix. Actually, I'm showing Miami 1.5 point favorite. Phoenix did start the favorite, but overnight here a little bit, or even before. Midnight here in Vegas last night. The Heat ended up here the favorite, and even Circa here has just moved from pick'em to 1 right now for the Heat. Heat with 3 consecutive losses to Minnesota, to Indiana, to OKC. Meanwhile, for Phoenix here, wins and covers over Memphis, the Knicks, and Washington. In fact, the Suns are on a cover streak right now, and hey, I'm pretty sure we've been on them here on the show and in general. I mean, hopefully you guys have too. I mean, this team we've kind of touted as kind of an underrated team all season, and they've proven it with one of the best spread records, if not the best spread record in the NBA at 28-11. Miami 22-16. Another pretty decent spread team. You expect that really almost nowadays from the Heat. Phoenix has gone here not only winning 3 in a row, but they've covered 6 straight, won 5 of the last 6 overall, gone 6-1 ATS on the road. So they've been getting it done there too. Miami 6-3 against the spread in their last 9 games, but just 1-4 straight up in their last 5. Not only that 3-game losing streak, but they did beat New Orleans. They lost to Minnesota twice during the last 5-game span here right now. Miami still has won 13 of their last 19 games at home, and they are 13-6 at home so far this season, while Phoenix, meanwhile, just 10-10 on the road. So maybe Phoenix is the better spread team here, but they're just a slight underdog, and they're actually here 13-9 against the spread as a dog. The Heat 9-9 against the spread. And Phoenix has gone under in 5 straight games, and Miami's gone under in 12 of their last 18. They're also 16-8. I'm sorry, 6-12 in their last 18 games or this season as a favorite to the under right now. Let me hear from you before I can't figure out what's going on with this game. All right, let's hear from you in the chat in this one, and I got my pick ready, so let me hear from you with this good game here. Heat and Suns in Miami. Here we go. Terrell, let's see. Oh, no. Hello to Andrew K. there today. And will the next coach just be another, will we be talking like 10 or 12 years down the line and say, Well, the Steelers have had only 4 head coaches now over the last, and the Steelers never miss, obviously, in their head coaches. Say what you want about Tom. I mean, he had a pretty good run. If it's over, will it be over before this show's over? I wonder here right now. All right, bars on the under here. And let's see. And Andrew K. Are the Pacers the new Suns? Are the Pacers the new Suns? So meaning, okay, so the Pacers, meaning the Pacers are heating up and looking like the Suns. All of a sudden, the Pacers going to start coming back. Is that? Oh, Greg here says he likes Phoenix to win this one on the road here, and maybe an under in this one. Blake starting some shit in the chat here. How about this? I like it. Okay, let's see here. Some steam coming in right now in the NBA on the Hawks and the Lakers. Steam here to the under in this one with the Hawks and the Lakers. It was tell you what, I was on the air last night touting the total in this one. It already started to move, and we got big news in that game here, obviously, and I don't know if it's been confirmed here as we roll through this morning, but you do have LeBron and Luka coming in here questionable with a little bit of an injury to Luka, and also maybe some rest, a thigh injury, and then LeBron also questionable. And now we're seeing the total here move to 229.5 as steam comes rolling in. I talked about it last night on another show that we were looking to go under in that game just because of that fact. It felt like we just didn't know at the time. We still don't know at the time what these two players will be up to here. But this total's dropped like 4 points so far overnight between the Hawks and the Lakers. Okay, we're keeping it going here right now, though, with the Suns and the Heat. Greg says Phoenix not playing any games with this streak that they're on. They're a moneymaker, no doubt about it. But all right. Let's see here. Also, we've got Miami here in this one, and Fernando here is on the Heat. Parma Jake, he likes the Suns in this one. And the Steelers, what do you mean, a new look? Are they going to ditch these old school uniforms there? They're the only team that, I know they wear those bumblebees out there sometimes. All right, Stop Geo's here today as well. Hello to Stop Geo. And here is Nine Legacy says, take the Heat here in this one, and maybe this is the time. And right, Terrell, good point, Terrell, great point actually, because you got to wonder here. Tomlin's been talked about as a TV man, but there's enough jobs out there, I guess, right, that you'd think right now that he can get one of these jobs and also secure a bag, if you will, and still probably have some success, I would think. Pretty good coach, I think. All right, I got to make my call here in this one. You guys are feels like a little bit ornery in the chat there too. I like the Miami Heat here at home. I know I've been on Phoenix quite a bit right now, but we're going to take the Heat here in this one. I've got the Heat over the Suns tonight at home. There is a little bit of injury news in the game, but whether or not it's going to affect the outcome here. Normie Powell, it's the guy I want in there for sure, but right now he is questionable for this game. I think I'm expecting Powell maybe to be in there, and I'm taking him here, taking Miami and laying it. Maybe I'm just chasing this move here a little bit, but I'm going to be on the Heat. All right. Let's keep it going here right now. Next up, and we're going to look at the Spurs on the road here, taking on the Thunder. This is basketball's greatest rivalry here right now. And what do you say, man? Can the Spurs do it again against these guys? Right now, the Spurs own the Thunder like nobody else, like nobody's business. If you're the Thunder, you don't want to take on the Spurs in the playoffs, and they might, right? With the collision course, maybe both teams are so strong this year. We know the Thunder's the best, right, in the NBA, in the West or whatever. And, for the rest of the West, who is really number 2? The Lakers are kind of flaky there a little bit, right? The Nuggets are still formidable, but you got to put the Spurs right in there with the other Western Conference contenders, it feels like right now, especially the fact that they keep beating Oklahoma City in the last 3 meetings already this season. Can they complete the sweep here? They've already played 3 of their 4 meetings, and the Spurs have won them all here, and they've all been basically within the last month. So you gotta think the Spurs. You gotta think the Spurs here in this one, don't you? I mean, how do you not? It just feels like here some steam here real quick. I don't know. This one's kind of Connecticut and Seton Hall. Some steam to the over here right now. It was 131, but we're up to 133 with Connecticut and Seton Hall. Okay, let me hear from you in the chat. I mean, we know the storylines of this one. I mean, it's one of the most talked about storylines for the last few weeks here. Don't need to. I mean, I know what's a lot of these games, right? When we rehash, we're going trend wise because hey, only every average 76er Raptors game or whatever, but this one is both one of the strongest battles, if you will, this season, no doubt about it. So San Antonio comes in here having gone 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games against the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Spurs have won 12 of their last 18. They're 4-2 against the spread in their last 6. Thunder 7-2 in their last 9. This is, they 0-5 here right now in their last 5 games for Oklahoma City, despite the fact that they've won here over Utah, Memphis, and Miami. Didn't cover any of those. We know the covering's been a problem for the Thunder because they end up laying so many numbers. And not a problem. I mean, they're like just a little bit under 500 against the spread, but I don't know. You really don't know. I mean, maybe you guys do. Maybe you guys been getting it right in the chat every time. It does feel like to me like when it's 15 or whatever, we don't know. We're trying to look back at when they've been favored by 15, especially against the same opponent or something like that. And here in this one with these two, I mean, it's kind of the same spread for the most part. The Thunder were getting, let's see here, pardon me. Of course, we know that it's not the completion of the season series. I forgot that one of them was we had the NBA Cup games, but that's another part of the equation, I guess. But so at the Thunder, they've been getting 10.5, 6.5, 10.5 in this series. Just lost the game outright. We know that. So what do you say here, though, guys? I don't know if you need me here in this one. Maybe we could talk. I'll talk a little about the total here a little bit. You got San Antonio's gone under in 6 straight games. 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams have gone under. And San Antonio, like I said, not only 6 in a row to the under here, but 9 of their last 10. They're kind of an under team at this point, but usually more so as a favorite than a dog. They're actually 10-16 to the over here as a favorite. So 10-16 to the under as a favorite, more so overs as a dog. So let me hear from you in the chat in this one between Oklahoma City and San Antonio. Oklahoma City's won 17 of their last 20 games overall. We know they're riding high still, no matter how you look at it. 33-7. They're not going to be the all-time greats, but Spurs 27-12, looking good. Let's go to the chat and see what you have in this one. Spurs 4-9 legacy. You could say, hey, this is where the Thunder will come back and take out a little frustration. It is the NBA. They're probably not. I don't know. They probably shouldn't even be 8 points better than this team right now. But VAR is on the over. Greg says the Thunder, just like we said, they'll finally win and even cover against the Spurs. Hello to M the Great. Fernando likes the Thunder. Team total over here. And, the thing is, hard to get up, right? When you just win all the time. That's what I kind of think. Hard to get up even for this one. The only thing that could motivate them right now is this series, is this rivalry a little bit. Robert likes them to come back and get one here finally on him as well. And I think that's it from you guys. Tough game for the chat is what it looks like here to me in this one tonight. Not necessarily Terrell, though, here also, Oklahoma City comes out blazing, he says, and this is a discount. He says that the 8 here is actually lower because of the Spurs' success. So this would say that most people are going to take the Spurs in this game. We see here in the chat, it's obvious that the Thunder is the more popular team here. Everyone kind of likes that revenge angle. I'm not sure I'm not sure if I do think that is the case here in the matchup. So, all right, hey, I've got the under here in this one between Oklahoma City and San Antonio here tonight. I got to take the under in this one. All right, the Bulls taking on the Rockets here in this one. You got the Bulls coming in here 18-20, losers of 3 of their last 4. The Rockets come in here 22-14, and they're kind of in a funk here of late as well. But the Bulls, the streaky Bulls, let me see, we do have an injury update here real quick. In the game between Phoenix and Miami, Pele Larson ruled in as probable. Tyler Hero is probable as well. That injury information just coming in here. Bouye, he is out for Phoenix. Okay, we're on this one, though, with the Bulls and the Rockets right now. And, 13-2, 24.5. Man, the Rockets, talk about team maybe they're expecting to come back. Now, we know we have no Giddey here, no Kobe White. So definitely some factors here. Phillips is probable for the Bulls. For the Rockets here, you do have DFS is out, and Eason is out here again with an ankle turn. So look, it's a 13-point spread here in this one. The maybe this is a spot for the Rockets to kind of go off a little bit after a 3-game losing streak here. The Bulls are coming in off of a win here, at least, to snap their 3-game losing streak as they beat Dallas 125-107. They hammered them pretty good there. But, man, Houston lost those back-to-back games at Portland. We were on Portland in both those games, and then they got rocked at Sacramento. Hey, we were on Sacramento there too. So maybe we did have a good beat on Houston here a little bit, but right now they are on a spread losing streak, no matter how you look at it. Coming into this one right now here for Houston, they failed to cover in 5 straight games. They've lost 4 of their last 5 games. They've gone under in 6 straight. 8 straight meetings between the Bulls and the Rockets have gone over. They meet just twice a year, but it's been an over every time. They have not met yet this season. Chicago's lost 12 of their last 17, but covered 5 of their last 7 on the road. They've also gone under in 8 of their last 10. So both these teams are going under right now. It's just that the series, if like I said, sometimes you might default to, if you're trend capping, to how the team is currently doing rather than a season series. But then you could say that the matchup kind of lends itself if the spread is getting moved down much lower here. It is currently at 224. 5 of the last 6 meetings here in Houston have gone over. So let's see what you have, though, with these two, Bulls and Rockets here on Tuesday night. 13. Lucky. All right, here we go in the chat. Okay, here we go. Rockets for 9 legacy here. Houston due to blow somebody out, says Greg. Fernando liking the Rockets here as well. And Jerry says they are without he's talking about the Spurs game there, right? So, okay, let's see here. Houston, no pressure today. Cover easy there. Dasumu says, Terrell says he's been stepping up his game for the Bulls with the absence of Giddey here right now. So, all right, gotcha there. All right. Yeah, and for me, I've got to make my call here in this one between the Bulls and the Rockets, and I'm going to take the Rockets to blow them out here. I agree with you guys for the most part. Looks like a lot of Rockets support there in the chat, and I'm going to go with you here and lay 13 tonight with the Rockets. Oh man, look at these markets now down almost 0.25% here. It looks like. All right, we better pick some winners today. They're messing things up, trying to fire the Fed chair guy, and now everybody's all bitter. Okay, here we go. Next up, Timberwolves on the road, taking on the Bucks. Got Minnesota here coming in 26-14. They're getting 3.5. Total 26.5. Milwaukee just 17-22 right now, and tough team to figure out. Pretty inconsistent. The Bucks are coming in off of a loss to the Nuggets on the road, but they're back home after a 4-game road trip. They did beat Sacramento and the Lakers on the road. Minnesota, meanwhile, has been pretty hot here of late. They're coming in off of a win over San Antonio at home, although they did not cover. They also lost to Cleveland, but before that, they were on a bit of a winning streak here right now for the Timberwolves, and right now Minnesota comes in here having won 5 of their last 6. They are just 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games against the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks have failed to cover in 4 of their last 6. Milwaukee's gone under in 10 of their last 14 and 7 of their last 8 games at home right now. And the meeting already this season between these two was a pretty big under, as Minnesota won 103-100 at home as a 12.5 point favorite in that one. The Bucks actually got the money there big time here. Also, 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Hey, the steam came in here, Wisconsin and Minnesota. We're seeing some steam in this one to the over with Wisconsin and Minnesota here. This one was 143.5. We're up to 146.5 right now with Wisconsin and Minnesota, and that steam just came in on the over here right now with Whiskey and Minnesota. All right, let's go to the chat now in the game between Minnesota and Milwaukee here on Tuesday night. And I want to hear from you. 3.5 to 26.5. Milwaukee's got that favoritism here. And let's go to the chat in this one. All right. The big news here, let me see. There is some big news here, actually. Boston College is taking some steam here right now. They were getting 7 teams all the way down here to 15.5 right now. Steam just came in on Boston College. Also, seconds ago, it was Northern Illinois. They're taking the steam here. And hey, if this is a write-in game, so you might not have it on your schedules here, but 669, 670 is now a write-in game. Northern Illinois against Eastern Michigan, and Northern Illinois just took the steam here moments ago. The line was 9.5, 138.5. Again, this is a write-in game here. Today, Northern Illinois just took the steam down from 9.5 to 8.5, maybe even 8. Probably 8.5 here right now. Northern Illinois just took that steam here moments ago on the morning steam show. All right, so back to the odds at hand here. However, with Minnesota and the Bucks, Anthony Edwards, this is the key here. He is out of this game with looks like rest here tonight. Now watch out, he's also been scheduled for rest before and still made the game.
Steam play.
Valparaiso taking the steam here right this second. They were here in their matchup today against Belmont. It was 11.5 here for Belmont as a favorite here, and I'm gonna have to write this one in. Write this move down here. Belmont is down to 10. So Valparaiso just took the steam in their matchup against Belmont. Total there is 148. I don't know why I didn't have that one written down. There was no injuries or anything, but okay. So the big news here, as I said, you do have Anthony Edwards out of this game. Also, Rudy Gobert is out too. So this is a big deal, and it still looks pretty low to me. I mean, we knew going in the possibility of this, so I'm taking the Bucks here. I think the 3.5. I would like this game. Give me the Bucks here over the Wolves in this one. I think it could move higher. I mean, it is clear that these players are out, but really we've only seen a move to a 1 point move. Do you think that that is the right spread for Ant being out and the Bucks? I know they're inconsistent, but it does feel like the Bucks are kind of that team where they still are having some okay performances here. They have some pretty weak numbers. I know that. You look at it right now, they're currently 7-11 against the spread coming in as a favorite here. And but Minnesota, we know how bad they've been against the spread as well. 17-23. Okay, we'll go with some more comments here. And we've got here, Greg says he likes Minnesota still to win this game without those guys. So says they play better on the road, no doubt about it. Yeah, they're 11. Well, I don't know about better. They're 11-8. They're good on the road, although they are just 2-5 against the spread, or 2-5 as an underdog on the road. So usually when they're a road favorite, it's a little better. Fernando's on the Wolves here. Bobby Mack's on the Wolves. So everybody likes the Wolves here. Fade the deer, man. Okay, I'm whipping on this one. I'm with you guys. I don't know what I'm not seeing here. Turner is questionable for the Bucks, and okay. Well, you guys obviously like Minnesota still here without their star player in there. I respect that, but guess I'm on the Bucks. You guys look at all the Wolves action here. These are the ones where you guys always get me. Greg says Minnesota's slightly better than the Bucks, but they're missing their top, superstar player. They're still better than them, though, huh? Okay. Morning here to Elliot. He likes Minnesota, and Greg's the only guy who's with me here, I guess. Well, he said Minnesota's better, but he says the Bucks will win it because of that. There. And Robert is saying now he didn't know Ant was like, but I just a caveat, right? I said that there have been instances where Edwards has been ready for a rest day, as what they're calling this today, and he's been in the game, and he comes and he plays, and so I don't know. He's kind of a guy that he does like to be out there, no doubt. Terrell, I think we will get. Oh, you'd like to see these two teams play in a playoff series. Well, they could only play, obviously, in the NBA Finals. Funny that Milwaukee and Minnesota are in the opposite conference when they're kind of proximate. Guess that's where they draw the line. The Mississippi River. Wait, is Mississippi River? You guys probably know which side of the. Okay, here. I always was wondered how the Mississippi River at the top goes kind of curving there. I know one is the. Well, I'm no geography expert. Well, I know where the teams play. All right, spread's too low for two players out, and maybe Robert's switching now. Okay, well, I don't mean to scare you guys. I don't want to talk you off of it there. He says the league will trick you with injuries. I don't know if that's the case, Greg. I don't think the league has anything to do with it. The league asks teams to report the injuries to them. I don't think the league manipulates the injury report at all. Or maybe you mean just in general, this is a league that will trick you with injuries. You know me, I take everything literally, and then I feel like a dick talking down to you. I would never talk down to you guys. I'm just trying to make sure we got the information right. I'm not a know-it-all, but you guys have lives, and I just sit here all day. The Air Force just took some steam right now in this one against San Jose State. They were getting 9.5. We're down to 8 here, it looks like. Air Force, it's a great way of life. Just took the steam there right now. All right. Thank you, Terrell. Yeah, right. It separates Minnesota and Milwaukee from the top to the. Yeah, I know, and that's so weird. So weird how it wraps around there. Okay. Let's move on. Timberwolves and Bucks, NBA Finals. All right, next up, Nuggets and the Pelicans here. We got injuries here as well. As look, the Nuggets continue to survive without Nikola Jokic. Won 3 of their last 4 games coming into this one. They're on the road. They're actually favored here against the Pels. Today, and talk about teams that are still probably better, right? Total has dropped here a little bit to 233. I think it's worth an update here. Got some college steam coming in with Loyola Chicago. We'd already talked about the total in the Loyola Chicago game, right? Now we've got the side of Loyola Chicago. I'm sorry. No totals move here. Loyola Chicago taking the steam in this one. They weren't getting 9. They're down getting now to 7.5 here, it looks like. George Mason in the favorite. Here, Mason's been great this year, man. They're winning, they're covering, but Loyola Chicago, who we know, everyone says, I don't mean to belabor it because it is kind of a not a great storyline, but they said, well, what's happened in Loyola Chicago this year? There's no doubt that since Sister Jean passed away, that's pretty much when when Loyola Chicago has gone downhill, it feels like. But we don't want to talk about it like that. And it's just a coincidence, but okay, let's go here right now with the Nuggets and the Pelicans in this one. New Orleans won 5. Denver's won 5 straight in this series over the Pelicans right now. A little bit of ownership here. They played already a couple times. Denver got the win and cover at home, but New Orleans got the cover at home back on November 19th, 125 to 118. Central Michigan is that steam that you just heard in the background, and their matchup today with Miami of Ohio. Central Michigan was getting 16.5 points here, but it's down to 15 right now with Central Michigan taking the steam against Miami of Ohio just moments ago here on the Morning Steam Show. All right, New Orleans has lost 10 of their last 11 games coming in. They've lost 5 straight at home. They've gone just 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games. Denver, meanwhile, has covered 4 of their last 5 on the road, 5 of their last 7 overall. That's pretty much since Jokic has been out of the lineup. So they are still getting covers here. They're doing a good job, and the spread's adjusted. So can they do it today against this sad sack New Orleans team that, not having great success here for sure right now? They did win a couple of games back against Washington. I was bitter in that one because I took Washington. That's when they decided to show up. Ball State taking the steam here now, and this is our latest steam move. Ball State was getting 21.5 against Akron here, but now they're down to, looks like 19.5 here with Ball State taking the steam against Akron just seconds ago here on the show. All right, so New Orleans has gone under in 5 of their last 6 games. Denver's gone under in 5 of their last 7. We said that widely reported steam did come in on the under here, but man, that kind of got me by surprise. I didn't think that's going to be the case, but all right, let me hear from you. There's definitely been a little bit of a move here of late on that under, so got to respect that here. But for me, I'm going to take the Pelicans to snap out of it. Give me the Pelicans here. Call me crazy in the chat. Maybe I'm on tilt right now. I'm taking the Pelicans to win this game tonight against Denver. Watch out. Here come the Pels. I think we did see just a late injury news here also come in this game here, or an injury update for tonight. Let me see what we got with the latest here right now. I know we just had an update. What was it here? Spencer Jones probable, Aaron Gordon probable here for Denver. That's good news for them. But Brown is out here. Brown is definitely out here now for Denver. And Jamal Murray is questionable here. For New Orleans, Sadiq Bey questionable. Herb Jones is out. Jose Alvarado is out. Missing pieces for both teams here. Maybe that will lead to volatility. I'm going to grab these 2 points. I'm going to take New Orleans at home in this one. Let me go to the chat. I don't think anybody's going to be with me. I don't think. Let's see what we got. All right. Yeah. And I will say this, Greg, too. it is a popular narrative on the internet, especially on all these shows about you know uh, more so. I think time management is the more the complaint because you can't do it really anymore. You can't pull a fast. You say you can't pull a fast one. I guess if a guy's injured, a guy is injured here, but there is far less of what we've seen in the past with late scratches. There's no doubt about it. It does happen here right now, but it really compared to the 2 years ago because they've just put some rules in place, and it's really because of the gambling. Oh, here's some more steam coming in right now with Kansas. They're taking the steam here against Iowa State in this one, and um, Kansas was a 4.5 point dog here in the big game tonight, and all of a sudden here it is. Move coming in right now on Kansas in their big matchup tonight with Iowa State. It's all the way down to 3 here. 1.5 point move on KU in the big game tonight. Iowa State undefeated. We're previewing that one for sure. Okay. And Greg says that, Ramon, you better try to get 4 points here. This is not the best situation here with New Orleans. Yeah, it's a mismatch record-wise. Elliott says Nuggets and under. They played their last 7 games here without him, and look, they still do pretty good in these games. We talked about their success right now. But Elliott, I read the memo too late here. I'm already on the Pelicans. Terrell says they've got Murphy, they've got Zion. These guys are very consistent here. Greg here, he's right on the spread here, it looks like in this one. Bar's on Denver here. Greg says all the steam's on the Pelicans. Yeah, it is. I might be taking the wise guy side here. The steam is on the Pelicans for sure in this matchup. San Francisco just took some steam here right now in their matchup with St. Mary's. San Francisco was getting 7 points, but it's down to 5.5, it looks like right now. Steam on USF here in that game with St. Mary's tonight. All right, let's keep it going here right now. I'm picking some crazy picks here today. Hawks and Lakers here on the road. And again, we just talked about it, and probably still only 3 here right now. So I think we're a little bit of a holding pattern, I guess, when it comes to LeBron and Luka today. But we'll see if they can make the lineup. It's supposed to be LeBron rest day, and Luka is listed with a thigh injury. Austin Reeves remains out here right now. For the Hawks, Kennard, questionable. Newell, questionable. Ricochet, questionable as well. KP remains out here in this one. The total continues to drop here to 231 here today with that news, and we'll just have to see. And this one is definitely one like Greg said, you got to wait and see. I think here with this matchup today, it makes it a little bit tough when you're on the morning Steve show. Got to make a pick. But let's see what you guys have. Maybe you could help me out in this one with Atlanta and the Lakers here. The Lakers, hey, look, Atlanta's a great cover right now. I mean, what can you say? They're playing some good ball, 3-game winning streak, and they're getting the money here in some of these games now. They're not favored. Not a good favorite. 17-12 against the spread as a favorite. The Lakers are 500 ATS as an underdog so far. So, yeah, you know what? Sometimes it starts to go the wrong way a little bit. And it does feel like if you got the Hawks here favored on the road against the Lakers, that one or both those guys aren't going to play tonight. So let's see. One thing about LeBron, though, he's already skipped a couple, I believe, of his rest days and stuck himself in the lineup, especially here if maybe Luka is bothered by a thigh injury. I mean, I saw him looking pretty good out there last night, throwing the floaters in the lane and doing what he does. All right, Atlanta 7-2 against the spread in their last 9. They've won 5 of their last 7. They're just 2-5 ATS against the Lakers in the last 7 meetings. Lakers are just 4-8 ATS in their last 12. Atlanta's gone under in 6 of 7. The Lakers have gone under in 4 of their last 5. 7 of the last 9 meetings between the two non-conference foes have gone over here. Lakers have been that massive over at home so far, but let's see what happens with the uh, call them studs. I'll call them studs still out of the lineup here tonight if that is indeed the case. So I guess it's just one of those. We got to wait in a wait and see holding pattern here with this one. But you guys, if you want to make the pick, go ahead right now and do so. I kind of want to take the Hawks here myself. Lakers are a team that does kind of have the bounce back. It does start to feel like if one thing about Redick, maybe he is a bit of a decent motivating coach. Calling these guys out pretty good. And no doubt, Greg, it really feels like the Reeves injury, he was kind of the glue, but also they have shown that actually the glue guy was Rui Hachimura, but didn't work last night. Hachimura was in there. Greg says Atlanta here, 118-114. There's Robert. He's on the Hawks here as well. So, yeah, the Lakers here. I'm going to take the Hawks here right now and figure once these guys are ruled out, this line, could it go up even further here right now with the Hawks and the Lakers? Could it go even higher? I mean, it's already 3.5 even here. And that's with the guys questionable. Now, again, it probably is going to be one or more out. All right, you guys got it. And Terrell, right, a new look Hawks. Was it addition by subtraction for this team right now? Look, did they? When was that day of that trade? I mean, they've obviously won and covered 3 straight here right now. They kind of brushed it off a little bit with the trade of Trey. So, when you got a little cancer, you just get a little. What did you get a little treatment for your cancer? Send them off, and they've been pretty good since then. Maybe Atlanta will make a run. All right. And Terrell, right? It just was an uncomfortable situation there. Okay, well, man, we're already down to the last game here, but we got so much more sports to talk about. Portland. Oh, hold on here. Portland on the road here, taking on the Warriors. And Portland, man, we've been working with Portland here a little bit. I think we've been striking gold a little bit. But, man, this is kind of a tough one for Portland here against Golden State. I know that, you think Portland's playing well enough and you're getting 10.5 points here, but I have my with Portland here. I'm a little doubtful in this game. Portland did lose last time to the Knicks. I was on Portland in that one, but that's because we were on a roll with them a little bit. Like I said, we took them in those games against Houston. We've been scoring with Portland. They're a good cover here this season and a great underdog, 17-9 as an underdog overall. And Golden State, 13-16 ATS as a favorite. So Portland, the much better spread team by far, and record-wise, Golden State's going to be better, but only by 2 games, really. They're 21-19, and Portland's 19-21. Although Golden State 13-6 straight up at home, and Portland 9-11 straight up on the road. Nobody wants any straight up records when you got a 10.5 point spread. Will that be enough? Portland's covered 4 out of the last 5 meetings between the two teams overall. Portland's won and covered 5 of their last 6 games in here. Golden State 8-4 straight up in their last 12, but just 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games overall. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone over, but Portland's gone under in 10 of their last 13. They're 10-16 to the under as a dog. The Warriors are an over team, especially as a favorite, but they've still gone under in 4 of their last 6 right now. They're 18-11 to the over as a favorite here. So let's hear from you folks in the chat with this one. A tricky game because it feels like to me, it feels like the money's starting to come back here a little bit on Portland right now. Man, let me hear from you in the chat in this one for sure. All right, we got Robert on Portland here. He does like them in this one. Kind of just weird that it's gone up here a little bit. Let me see the injuries again here. This one does not really have a significant injuries other than I think the one injury that has affected this game here is Denny Avdija here. he is ruled out. I mean, he's a 26 points per game scorer here, and that's caused the line to go from 9.5 to 10.5. This total has continued to go up here right now, despite his absence. And the fact that I see 228 right now at circa here, let me update this. This is a big move. I think I just had a stale line up there from when I typed in the lines, but let me check the old Steam report too. Also, Jeremy Grant doubtful. Murray is out here for Portland tonight. Golden State pretty much a clean bill of health, actually. So let me just sneak a peek here. But the fact that the line continues to go higher, I'm going to double down a little bit. I think I got to take the Steam came in on the over in this game, but too high for me now. I got to take the under in this one with Portland and Golden State. Give me the under here for sure at this increased price of 228. Steam was definitely on the over, but it was at 223.5, and now we're all the way up here 227.5, 228 or so right now. Bring that graphic back up. And I'm going to come back here and go with the under here and say that just a little bit too big of a move here right now. I got to take the under here with this one. Like I said, Portland's been a pretty hardcore under here, under in 7 of their last 10 of their last 13. Fernando likes the over. Fernando's the one moving that over there. And look at that, man. I hope Fernando got on a good price here. I mean, this thing was as low as 223.5, and now it's 231.5. Wow. And that's with the 26 points per game scorer out of this game. It was announced late last night that Avdija was going to miss the game. Okay, Fernando, there he is. Fernando got a much better price there, it looks like. Good. Almost worth the middle, huh? All right, Warriors in the over for Greg. And you got to fade Portland here with Avdija out, says. And personal account also over that 225 number. Yeah, good job. You guys get that early number there. I was on a show last night saying go under a much lower number than this 27.5. And Fernando, I know that's not 231 there. That was the Lakers game you were talking about there, I think. So yeah, we got that one right there on the screen, the 227.5. That's the one I'm going under, of course. There. Okay. Guess that's it for the NBA. We're going to college basketball next. And, man, we could go a bunch of places here. So hope I didn't skip the game you're looking for. If you do want to try to hit me up, I'll try to make a pick on some of them. But just try to pick a little cross-sample of games here, including a mid-major to start us off because it is such a good, important game in the Mid-American Conference today when Kent State takes on Buffalo here tonight. Don't worry, we've got the big games coming. We've got the big ones coming up. But I want to take a look at this one right now in the MAC. Closely rated game here. And, of course, you look at the standings here in the MAC right now. Kent, 3-1. Buffalo, 3-1. Yeah, Miami of Ohio, everyone knows, 17-0, leading the standings with a 4-0 record. But hey, these guys are just a game behind here right now, and you don't want to lose the second one. So, what do you have here with Kent State and Buffalo? Don't worry, like I said, I think they're all top conference games coming back here. But look, Kent's coming in 12-4 and Buffalo's 13-3. So do have two decent teams here in the MAC. Buffalo has been pretty hot here of late. They've been covering some spreads here as well. Buffalo 5-1 ATS at home so far this season, and they're the dog here. A lot of people do rate Kent as probably the better team, but Kent just 1-5 ATS in their last 6 games. They're one of those teams. They're 12-4 overall, 1-3 straight up on the road, and 1-4 against 1-3 straight up on the true road, 1-4 away from home against the spread. So I think the number here though is 2. Let me update this. 2-162.5. right now. So maybe a little bit of a move there on Kent, but it does feel like to me that Buffalo. I mean, come on, they are 10-4 against the spread so far, 5-1 against the spread at home, and got a pretty decent team here, pretty good record coming in. Maybe Kent, is have that great offense for sure. I mean, Kent, they're top. Top 10 team, they're a top 10 team in scoring offense, and Buffalo's defense is pretty bad for sure coming in, but they're also kind of a hype team on offense, not quite to the standard of Kent. This team came in on the under. Hard to fathom that they would go under, except for the fact that 8 straight meetings between these two teams have gone under. There's got to be something to that, despite the fact that these guys have been shooting over so far. Now, granted, we're just getting started in league play. It's still been 4 or 5 games here right now. The two teams met here at UB back in January of last year, almost a year to the date, and it was 68-49 final as Kent won that game as an 11-point favorite on the road. So you can see how Buffalo's kind of closed the gap here against Kent this year. And not only that, Kent has rolled this series. They've actually won here, I think, at least 5 straight right now in the series overall. Kent's gone 4-2 last 6 ATS against Buffalo. Kent's gone over in 10 of their last 14 games overall, and Buffalo's gone over in 5 of their last 7. And Kent, in fact, Kent is 9-3 to the over as a favorite, and Buffalo, like I said, they're doing a pretty good job at home here. 5-1 ATS. So it is an interesting game for sure. These teams are supposed to be pretty high scoring, but the steam came in on the under. Like I said, that game last year, it was 146.5 in that one, and they played down to 117 with that final score. The other meeting that was the only meeting of the season actually last year between the teams. So let me see what you got here with Kent and Buffalo. I think it's a good game actually here in the MAC on Tuesday, and I'll go to the chat with this one and see what you guys have here. It feels like Kent is the better team, but I really want to respect Buffalo here. Okay, here we go. Personal account, he started us off here. Kent money line or go under that 164. Okay, gotcha. Stand on Biz, Atlanta and Detroit in the playoffs. Because is that how I'm supposed to say it? Is that why it's all playoffs? Greg here says Greg's got Buffalo winning here, the underdog. He likes Buffalo. Personal account says take Boston College today over Clemson, plus those points. Thank you, personal account. And Greg's don't sleep on Buffalo, says Greg. Robert likes that under as well. Like I said, the series is a dead solid under. No doubt about it. I think look at the MAC a little bit. I think that that's what I point to as well. Okay. Greg says Buffalo will outlast them here. People who bet moves the steam. Who bet moves the steam? Seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. I mean, obviously, you could have a steam, kind of come in on an injury report, and the books move the line there too, obviously. But usually those are triggered anyways. Okay, I'm going to take the under here in this one. I just like the fact that these two teams, when they meet, go under, and they could still be overs, but this is going to be maybe a bit of a slugfest here. Give me the under with Kent State and Buffalo. It's kind of gone both ways, but the main steam came in on the under here, obviously down to 162.5. I got to respect that. And what can I say? I've just gotten beat on some of these high totals when I thought, boy, these are high-scoring teams, and I still rule it over. All right, next up here on the college, Buffalo and under there for Terrell. Buff under. All right, I'm going to look at next A&M and Tennessee here. Tennessee 9.5, 161. A&M is on a winning streak here right now coming in. They are 13-3 overall. Haven't cracked the top 25 just yet, but let's see. With Texas A&M right now, seems like they're playing well here. They've won 6 straight, gone 6-3 against the spread in their last 9. They're 3-1 against the spread on the true road this season. 2-0 ATS as a dog. Tennessee's just 6-10 against the spread here so far. 5-7 against the spread at home. 4-6 against the spread as a favorite. 3-6 against the spread in their last 9. Although they do come in 11-5 here. This series has gone over in 6 of the last 9 meetings between the two. A&M's gone over in 9 of their last 12, and Tennessee's gone over here in 4 of their last 5. It feels like these are 2 over teams, but the total is kind of high here at 161, up from 159. The two teams are combined 21-11 to the over so far here this season. And it was some widely reported steam that did come in on the over. It also came in here on Texas A&M, as it was 9.5, went down to 9 though, and came back to 9.5 here. Look, A&M's playing pretty well here right now, and Tennessee isn't really getting the numbers. So let's go to the chat here and see what you have in this one. Did see it touch 8.5 as well. All right, and Greg he comes in and says Tennessee likes Tennessee to cover here in this one. Oh man, all right. Well, I don't want to go here against my man, but let's see what you got. I think this one's probably going to be. It's already gone up from 159 to 161. I got to think this thing's going well over this. Actually, I'm going to take the over here. Greg likes A&M. I don't know. I'm sorry. What did he say? He likes Tennessee to cover, and A&M's playing well. Let me go ahead and take the over in this one. Not much from the chat. Robert's on the under, though. Here, couldn't wait for Robert here. Look, I think the initial move came in on the under, and now we're looking at this thing up to 161. Tennessee's mad about that Florida game. Yeah, they got crushed in that one, no doubt about it. But, man, Tennessee, they also lost to Arkansas pretty bad on the road. At least they're at home here right now. I mean, it should be better. I mean, they are undefeated here at home so far this season, and that has to be considered. But still such a big favorite over this A&M team playing pretty well. UT looked pretty bad against Florida in that game over the weekend. No doubt about it. All right, and I'll take the over here in this one. Let's keep it moving right now and go to a big game here between ranked teams with Louisville on the home floor here at the Yum Center. 12-4 coming in. They're ranked 20th. UVA coming in here 14-2 on a 3-game winning streak. They're ranked 16th. Louisville has lost 2 of their last 3 games, losing to Stanford on the road, losing to Duke at home here right now, kind of interrupting their standings in the conference here currently. You look at the ACC standings coming in. You got Duke 4-0, Clemson 4-0, Miami 3-0, then Virginia 3-1, and Louisville's 2-2 here right now, kind of falling back to the middle of the pack here so far. These two teams met here last year at the Yum Center, 81-67. Louisville got the win, but did not cover, laying 15.5. My, how times have changed. And just so interesting to see this total here at 154 right now. Virginia never plays a game, never has a total this high, practically ever, or not just the total, but the score itself never reaches this high. This from the archives here, from the database. 108 of Virginia's last 110 night conference games have been under 154 points, not the total, the final score itself. So only 2 of the last 110 games at night for Virginia at night, I'm not much of a day-night guy, but this is out of the database, uh, have gone less than 154 points. Is that enough here to take the under? And look, with these two, I mean, look, Virginia's a totally different team now, and that's why that's why that stat exists because they used to be, that total slowdown team with their last two, with obviously with Coach Bennett, and then you know. Coach Sanchez here is kind of kept the same thing, but now when you're here, you got a coach like Ryan Odom, and it's different, right? He came from VCU. Really, Odom's been, this is a culmination for him. I mean, he's come all the way from taking those UMBC teams to Utah State, and then to VCU, and now Virginia. But it's just different now. So that's a great stat, but I don't know if it's worthy of a bet. Despite that, the widely reported steam came in on the over in the game after all, and I should update it here. It's 156, so you can take it even higher if you want here right now. But just and something to ponder. The line here actually has gone up to 4 as well. I mean, I was thinking over, but it was a startling statistic, that's for sure. All right, let's see, though, if you have anything in this one, and I'll kind of cover these teams a little bit here as well. Like I said, still Louisville, 3-7 to the under in their last 10 games. I mean, you could look at it one way or two ways. Virginia's gone under in 5 of their last 6 here, the incredible stat notwithstanding. Also, Louisville did win at Virginia last year, 70-50, so they swept the season series, but just went 1-1 against the spread. Louisville 9-1 straight up at home here so far this season, but Virginia's won both of their games that they were an underdog this season. They beat NC State recently here, 76-61. Virginia's won 17 of the last 20 meetings between these two teams overall. Virginia's won 9 of 10 coming in, covering 4 of their last 5. Louisville's gone 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 games. They've won 12 of 16 here, and they've won 19 of 20 dating back to last year. I'll be very interested to see what this chat says here in this game. And oops. Little technical issue here. Here we go. Okay. Let's see here. Greg here liking Louisville, but look, he's got this thing way under that, right? I mean, well, not way under, but 4 points under. And Conwell, the Louisville senior, stand on biz, likes him for sure. I mean, he'd probably be, I would think, the best player on the court here, right? Louisville on a spring spread series. Maybe that means Louisville on a spread losing streak. Maybe a spread losing streak. Sprinkle little Virginia money line. Didn't Virginia beat Tennessee in Tennessee last week? I don't know if they did. They beat NC State on the road last week. They lost to Virginia Tech. That was actually almost 2 weeks ago now. Cavs pulled away from Cal the other day, and then they had a good homestand there against Cal and Stanford. Okay, Arkansas here for Greg Gibson. Roberts willing to take that trend a little bit there at 155. I don't think it's necessarily about the trend, right? More about the game here, pretty much. All right, I'm taking Louisville. I'm taking Virginia here in this one tonight. Give me Virginia plus the points here in this one. I'll grab 3.5 with Virginia on the road. All right, next up, Indiana and Michigan State. This is a time change to 7 Eastern and 4 Pacific, so we're moving it up here in the rotation a little bit to talk about it. Michigan State's ranked 12th. They're 14-2, won 2 in a row. Indiana has lost a game Yeah, Indiana, they have a pretty good basketball program. I know they're known for their football, but yeah, they've been on a little bit of a winning streak. But they did lose to Nebraska last time out, 83-77 at home, as a 4.5 point favorite. Michigan State, meanwhile, with back-to-back wins over SC and Northwestern here in conference play. Taking a look here currently at the Big 10 standings. You got Purdue and Nebraska at 5-0 still here, of course. And after that, you got Michigan State is 4-1, tied with Illinois, and Michigan. Indiana's 3-2, coming in a four-way tie there with the 3-2 teams coming into this one. The widely reported steam did come in on Indiana here and the over in this one. The total was around 143-ish, but let me see here. I think we need an update here to 145 or so right now. There we go. Yeah, 7 and 145. Yeah, 7.5. 7.5, 145. This move kind of came in here just, I think, as we were coming in on the air here with that steam move to the over here with Indiana and Michigan State. Michigan State here so far just 5-8 against the spread at home, but Indiana 0-2 against the spread as an underdog coming into this one. Michigan State is 5-11 to the under here so far this season. They're also 4-9 to the under at home. Indiana does trend a little bit to the over, 9-7 to the over, but they've gone under in 6 of their last 7 games on the road as well. So that steam did take it up, but man, can they really go with it here with these two teams kind of showing tendency to the under here of late? I'll go to the chat and see what you have to say in this one. Man, we got a lot of games here at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. They're loaded up here right now. So let's see what you have in this one, and I want to hear from the chat. All right, it is going to be, I think VAR here is on the over. Hello to Nug in the chat today. Thank you for joining me. Here's Greg. He likes Michigan State to cover this one for sure. Maybe a little bit of an under there, yeah. Greg says Izzo will be ready for this one and get him a big win. And that's maybe it. Maybe it from the chat here in this one. I got to take the under, man. I mean, to me, Michigan State dragged you down here a little bit at home. Give me the under in this one at 145. I respect that steam, but I'm going to take the under here in this one. Okay, and Robert going to be with me there on the under as well. Okay, and let's continue on next up with, now we're into the 8 o'clock games a little bit there. Oh, yeah, Terrell says o'clock. Yeah, that's part, and slow the swing down at home. Okay, Connecticut here taking on Seton Hall. This is a battle of top 25s. In fact, Connecticut's ranked 3rd here right now, favored on the road by 6 or so. Total 134. This one's gone higher here between these two. Call it 133.5, 134 or so right now. Though widely reported steam did come in on the over here. I'm not feeling it with these two here. Maybe the good teams here. Maybe it will be a little bit higher scoring, but I kind of trusted the original number here. You got Connecticut here 4-8 to the under as a favorite. Seton Hall 3-6 to the under at home. So far this season. Connecticut, of course, clicking right now with 10 straight wins here, I believe. They're also 3-1 against the spread on the road. Seton Hall just 3-6 against the spread at home, but Seton Hall is 4-0 against the spread as an underdog here right now. And Connecticut just 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 against Seton Hall. 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Like I said, I'm kind kind of was thinking more under. Connecticut's gone under in 5 of their last 7 here as well. Seton Hall's won 8 of their last 9. They're 8-1 straight up at home. Doesn't matter about Connecticut. They're winning home or away with this great record that they have so far, trailing, of course, only Iowa State and Arizona. Here at this point, with this great 1-loss season so far, they are 8-3 against the spread in their last 11. Overall, are Seton Hall, Connecticut, 5-10 ATS in their last 15 games. Seton Hall, though, just like I said, not only 3-6 ATS at home, but 1-5 ATS at home in the last 6 games overall. So there's a little bit of intersecting zeros, as might say, in this one between Connecticut and Seton Hall here tonight. And maybe the spread's actually gone down maybe just a tad to 5.5 or so. Let's see what you guys have, though, in this one. I kind of want to take that under, but let's see what you guys have in the chat. I might be swayed to take the side here. Seton Hall's been a good cover, man. And you know, I'm not a Hurley fan. I'm not saying he can't coach. So I'm not going to hold it against him here. Okay, here we go. VAR likes Connecticut on the money line on the road. Greg says if Villanova covered at Seton Hall, Connecticut should. And he says he's got it at 70-65 right now. What was my pick in the Michigan State game? I went with the under in Indiana and Michigan State. AUD says Seton Hall is balling. Farmer Jake likes Seton Hall in the under. Robert likes the under here in this one as well. And, AOD, awesome. Went to go see that Georgetown and Seton Hall game. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, man, Seton Hall, they probably look pretty impressive there on the road there. Terrell says UConn's the only Big East team ranked in the coaches poll because the conference is so bad this year. Oh, yeah. It's in Seton Hall. They moved into 25th, didn't they, Terrell, or was that the other poll? I thought they were 25th in the coaches poll there on the latest release, but maybe that's the other poll. I don't even. I recite my own numbers there, but okay, they don't let up should be a great game. Yeah, Seton Hall does not let up. I'm going to take Seton Hall. I'm going to take Seton Hall here against Connecticut tonight. And, I know that maybe conference is down a little bit. I mean, it should be Connecticut's obviously here for the taking eventually. You know, you still got to think Big East is still in the top 5 conferences. No one's going to challenge the top 5 conferences anyway. But Connecticut 6-0, and you got Seton Hall coming in here 4-1. Villanova's 4-1. St. John's 4-1. Greg says too much for them. The AP poll. Thank you, Terrell. Appreciate that. Maybe that's the one I refer to. Okay. That'll do it here in this one. Let's move on. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Hall tonight. And also, just to note, between these two teams, at least Seton Hall, they did win the home game last year, 69-68. They were a 13.5 point favorite underdog in that one. Okay, here we go. Next up, SEC action tonight with Florida taking on Oklahoma here. Got the Gators on the road, favored by, I think it's 6.5 now. We reported that steam, right? That came in. So let's move this one up for sure. 6.5, maybe 157.5. Here. Hey, there's been a lot of movement here on these lines today. All right, there we go. In that one, we saw the steam come in here on Florida and on the over as well. I was on a show last night talking about this over back at 156, but now we're up to 157.5, maybe even 158 or so. Let me see here officially, or consensus-wise. 158.5 in some of the sharper books here right now. This one continued to go higher, and yeah, that's the way I kind of see it as well. But maybe I can look at the side here too and see what's going on, see what you guys have to say with The 19th ranked Gators coming in 11-5. Oklahoma unranked. They've lost 2 in a row right now with back-to-back losses here to Mississippi State and to A&M. Florida, meanwhile, with wins and covers at home against Georgia and Tennessee over the weekend. Florida's 3-1 against the spread on the road, but just 4-7 against the spread as a favorite. But Oklahoma's 1-4 ATS as an underdog. They are undefeated at home. Florida obviously picking it up here a little bit after a slow start. I don't think anybody was thinking that they were totally going to collapse or anything this season. Just, after winning it all, a little bit of adjustment here. Florida's won 6 of their last 7. They've covered 5 of their last 7 on the road. Oklahoma's just 4-11 against the spread in their last 15 games overall. Like I said, they don't even cover very well as an underdog. Kind of weird that they have 11-5 record, 5-11 ATS. So, but usually that's when you're a victim of being a favorite. But still, 1-4 ATS is a dog. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Also, 12 of the last 18 between the two teams have gone. 12 of the last 18 for Florida have gone under so far. This dating back to last season, and also Oklahoma under in 10 of their last 15 games overall. But man, I don't know if I see it like the trends might say. Like I said, I've already kind of talked about the over a little bit in this one today with Florida and Oklahoma, don't you think? Let's see what you guys have though here with this one with the Florida now 6.5 on the road. It just keeps going up here right now. Florida might get them here. Let's see what you think. Florida money line for VAR. Greg has Florida here by 8. And thank you, Stan Don, talking about Seton Hall back there. Greg says Florida might run him out of the building. Robert likes Florida as well. I'm going to lay Florida. You guys are on Florida. I like Florida as well here in this one. Give me the Gators to keep it going here right now and cover this number on the road. Man, 6.5. I'm willing to do it. Listen to my chat. That's what I need to do if I lost a few games. Listen to the chat. That's why I have the chat. I have the chat all-stars. All right. Next up. Here it is. This has got to be the big one of the night, really. I mean, yes, Iowa State probably a win. They're undefeated, but you're going into Lawrence here. Taking on Kansas, still always going to be a little bit tough, no doubt about it, and they can get you. Don't want to take too many chances here with Kansas as a dog, but they are 2-3 ATS so far. Iowa State's 3-0 on the road so far this season. In fact, they just covered at Baylor last week. 70-60 is a 4.5-point favorite, and just great that they have been rolling here. Iowa State been talk of the town right now with this winning streak to start the season here. And Iowa State here, though, just 4-8 in their last 12 games ATS against the Kansas Jayhawks. They've also gone just 2-5 ATS in their last 7 as their popularity begins to rise. Kansas has actually won 7 of their last 8 at home, 8 of their last 11 overall coming in. 8 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams. The total's wrong there, by the way, on the screen. I know that. That's actually 150, or was 150. This total has gone from an opener of 143.5. Some opened it a little bit higher at 146.5. But even though the total on the screen is wrong, I mean, I got to go at least 151. Yeah, man, there's just no way. I mean, Kansas and Iowa State, the steam came in on the over. I must be crazy. I must be crazy, or maybe I just don't watch. Maybe I don't watch the game with sound. I don't know what's going on here, but come on, Kansas at home. This is really going to be a high-scoring game here. Kansas is 2-7 to the under at home so far this season. Iowa State's 0-3 to the under on the road. They're under in 5 of their 8 games as a favorite. Amazing that Iowa State here with this 16-0 record has only been a favorite in 8 games so far this season. That is wild to think about. I mean, it's not like, they were playing A little bit of a tough schedule here to start the season. There, not only is Arizona and Iowa State 3-0, but Houston also 3-0, and also BYU currently 3-0. But some of the games, they were underdogs in and did pull off the victory were early on. Games like against St. John's, games against Purdue, of course. That was a big win on the road when they were an underdog. Iowa, they beat as an underdog as well. I think they were an underdog to Creighton. Let me take a look at some of those games, actually. That is unbelievable when you think about it. Not lately, they haven't been a dog, though. They failed to cover some huge spreads against Houston Christian and Long Beach, but covered against West Virginia, beat up on Oklahoma State here last week. Did they fail to cover, though, in that game? I'm trying to think now. So Iowa State here favored in this one. Let's see what you guys have in this matchup here tonight. And I think it's a great, big, awesome game here. I'll go to the chat in this one. Is this the one? Does Iowa State go down here? Okay. Greg says Iowa State wins this one, but doesn't cover. VAR likes the under here with me. And sorry about that, VAR. You know it's 150. I hope you're not making fun of me. Just like the Baylor-Iowa State game, this line is set to take all kinds of money. Iowa State on this spring. That should be a different word. I'm wondering what Nine Legacy said. Kansas and the under for Greg. R. Tomps on the under. Robert likes Iowa State to keep this roll going. And Terrell, though, says should be Kansas here tonight. Okay. And let's see, Kansas and under 4. Pharma Jake. And VAR likes the over here. Little money line for Greg. And UCF gave Kansas a surprise. Yeah, we had UCF in that game. All right, I'm going KU here in this one. I'm going to take a couple points. Say it'll be a close one here. Yeah, Kansas is not quite Kansas. It feels like here with Coach at this point, but they are still 6-1 at home so far this season. Just had a big loss at West Virginia, but outlasted TCU at home. Did not cover. Beat Davidson, beat Towson at home. Not a great start for what you might think of with Kansas. Their losses, though, are to North Carolina, Duke, Connecticut, basically blue bloods here. They also lost to West Virginia, as I said last time out. Just 1-2 in conference play, and they struggled there against TCU to win that one at home. But I'm going to try them here tonight and say that time has run out for Iowa State. Nine Legacy likes Iowa State to rock. Here's Baylor taking on Oklahoma State in this one tonight at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. You got Baylor here. I guess it's a pick 'em now. Baylor was the favorite, but now, yeah, it's pretty much a pick 'em. I'm also seeing Oklahoma State actually a favorite at a few spots. So this one could still be moving here with Oklahoma State at home in this one. Total here, 160. No, I'm going to move at least to 167. I'm seeing some 167s and 166.5s here in this one with the total kind of moving lower. But this one, I would think this one's got these teams going into the 80s here, both of them, I would think, tonight. Baylor coming in here 10-5. They've lost 3 straight. Oklahoma State here 13-3 coming into this one. Baylor just 1-3 ATS on the road so far this season. These two teams have combined to go 19-11 to the over here so far this season. I mean, I feel like it's an over here. Baylor as a favorite. Well, they're not favorite anymore, so let's not get too carried away here. Like I said, they are 9-5 to the over so far. They've gone over in 10 of their 15 games, as I said, and Oklahoma State is 10-6 to the over overall. 10 of their last 13 have gone over. 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone under. The widely reported steam has come in on the under here in this one. It also came in on Oklahoma State. That's what's driven them here to favoritism in this one. Baylor's gone 5-0 in their last 5 meetings with the Oklahoma State Cowboys here. Oklahoma State is right now 11-0 at home, and Baylor's 0-2 on the road. See what you have. That's 0-2, not much, but when you're facing a team that is 11-0 at home, maybe that will be enough to carry Oklahoma State here tonight against the Bears. Let's see what you got here with these two teams, and I'll go to the chat. Robert does like the under here in this one. Says that number's probably getting a little too high. Greg says he likes Oklahoma State to win this one. Tough game. They'll prevail at home, he says. Art Thompson's on the under here as well. I'm taking Oklahoma State to win this one against Baylor tonight. Give me the Cowboys here in this one. Oklahoma State's 1-2 in conference play. Baylor's 0-3 in conference play. All right. Could have picked a better one, I guess. All right, I'll go to one late one here with just had to pick a late one, and they were all kind of games that could be looked at, but let me stay in the Big Ten here with Maryland and USC at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. Maryland just 7-9, but I want to pick a late game here, and SC is worth talking about at this point. They have lost 2 of their last 3 after that great start, but did bounce back with a win at Minnesota. Remember, they were on a road trip. They lost to Michigan and Michigan State. That's acceptable. They were getting big points in those and got blown out, but they did answer with a win at Minnesota to get out of there with a win. So good job there by SC to grab one here and come back home with a 13-3 record. They're 2-3 in conference play right now. Maryland, meanwhile, they are 0-5 in conference play here so far. Man, sitting at the bottom of the Big Ten are the Terps here. Maryland won the meeting last year at home, 88-71, covering 11.5. But right now, Maryland just 3-6 ATS as a dog. SC comes in here 7-8 against the spread, but 6-1 straight up at home, 11-1 straight up as a favorite. Maryland 6-3 to the over as a dog. USC 7-5 to the over as a favorite. The widely reported steam came in on the over here. In fact, I think this line needs some updating. 149.5. Maybe not enough movement to get me to lift my shoulders and reach up to the keyboard. That is the real criteria, you guys. I'd like to put usually it's going to be a half point either way, and I'm so lazy that I can barely move my arms to adjust the total. I probably should here because I actually like the over in this game. What do you guys think? I'm going to take over 149.5, whatever. I like the over in this one with Maryland and USC tonight. And here's Greg here. I think he likes this one under, actually. Baylor on the spread. SC on the spread. USC, Greg says Maryland, pretty bad here for the Terps right now. Our Tops is on USC here. All right. That might be it. I'll give another second here, but I'm going to take the over in this one between Maryland and USC here tonight. All right, Greg said this one will keep moving. Yeah, like I said, it's probably 9.5 there. 149.5. Okay, that's it for college ball, although it's a pretty big card. Have a great card tonight with a lot of good matchups that we didn't touch on in there, too, if you think about it, especially in some of these other conferences. But, Oregon's at Nebraska tonight as Nebraska tries to keep that roll going. West Virginia at Houston probably just missed a cut with me talking about it because it was a 2-touchdown spread, if you will. And also those late games I was kind of teetering on with Boise State favored on the road at UNLV Okay, I know that. Amazing, Noli. There you are. Look at that. Last game of the card there. Let's put it up there, Noli. The widely reported steam did come in on the under in this game, and Noli still likes it here. It opened maybe as high as 142 and down to 140.5. Noli gave us a winner last time, you guys, so you might want to check it out. Thank you, Noli. Here, like I said, yeah, that steam came in on the under there in that game between St. Mary's and San Francisco. You know, San Francisco's a 12-7, St. Mary's 16-2. St. Mary's on a roll, of course, looking great here. Of course, be a challenge here, and St. Mary's. On a winning streak coming in just to help Noli's numbers out here a little bit. St. Mary's 1-3 to the under on the road so far. San Francisco 8-10 to the under, 4-6 to the under at home so far this season, and also San Francisco's gone under in 4 of their last 6. So Noli says take the under here in this one, and Noli's button shouldn't say bet; it should say under. He's the Undertaker. Thank you, Noli. Oh, I'm sorry, Mugga. Maybe I need to type that in the chat too. There it is. Make unders great again. All right, it's going to do it here for the college action. We've got a big NHL card here to go over, so let's get some winners here on the ice tonight. We're having a little good back on an okay night. And let's get into it here. All right, we're going NHL time now. We're going to start off here with Vancouver on the road, taking on the Senators. In this one, let me fire up the old goalie computer here and see what we got on Tuesday night with the Senators, big favorite here, Vancouver. I don't know if they've moved to the bottom of the standings here currently. I mean, we know how bad they've been, and yeah, they might be the worst here going. But Ottawa's lost 4 in a row too right now. A little bit of a slumpy slump, but still a big number here, 235-ish. Maybe down to 220 at some of the books, but Bovada has it at 235 currently. Looks like it'll be Merlanen here against Lankinen. A couple of mediocre goalies, that's for sure. Boy, how is this total? It is 6.5. Okay, I was going to say, is this really 6 over here? No, it's 6.5. It is shaded to the under here a little bit, but hey, you can get the sharp books. You got some books here at 6 over 20, and you know, these two goalies, if this is, I don't think we have them confirmed yet, but both these goalies have goals against averages, 6 1/3, 6.5 here between the two right now. Now, maybe Lankinen ranks as a decent, or not a decent, but comparable here anyway to Merlanen. I mean, we actually got a slightly higher save percentage in this one, but Ottawa's still pretty big favorite here for a team that's kind of struggling a little bit. Look at something here right now. We're seeing some movement here right now in the game between New England and Texas here. We said it was 2.5 on the intro, but we're starting to see New England here take a little bit of money. If you like the New England Patriots, if you can find that 2.5, you're probably going to want to try to take it now. It looks like it's going to 3. In fact, Bovada's got 3 juiced at -115 right now with Houston and New England. Not a steam, it feels like here, but there's a little bit of movement here, market wide on the Patriots right now here. So, all right, let's look at this one, though. Get the hockey segment started with Ottawa and Vancouver here. You know, you might think, yes, Vancouver just dreadful, but on the road they're actually, 12-12-2. At home they're 4-12-3. At home they've cost you 11 units. They're actually a break-even team on the road, so maybe this is an okay spot for Vancouver. You're trying to maybe look for somewhere to get involved with them, but the problem here is for Ottawa, They've lost 5.5 units at home, but only because they're favored by dumb numbers like this. At 235, they're only 10, 9, and 3. I know Vancouver's been very, very bad here. They're 1, 7, and 2 in their last 10 games overall coming into this one, and it's not a great matchup for them necessarily. Vancouver's lost 5 of their last 6 on the road, but Vancouver's won 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams, and Ottawa's dropped 4 of their last 8 of their last 12 at home here right now, and also 4 of their last 5 overall here. Vancouver 18 and 16 is a puck line dog here. That's something to consider here as well. Maybe they should be a little bit better, but probably just going to have to take Vancouver here. Ottawa's having some kind of woes. They're kind of coming back, trying to start to look like Ottawa here again, maybe. They are slightly above 500, but okay, let's see here. What you have in this one. Let me go to it here. Let's see, Vancouver, they're minus $1.30 on the puck line. That's not the best, but I'm going to go ahead and try Vancouver here in this one, plus the goal and a half here. Look, they do well in this series. Anytime, got the two Canadian teams matching up. Yeah, they're separate conference, just meeting twice a year here right now. But I'm going to look to take the Canucks here. I know the Senators might be the play here, but if you look at that last, let me see there. Ottawa was off that heartbreaking loss to Florida last time out 3-2. Vancouver, meanwhile, did play last night. That's also going to be a major factor here. Lost 6-3 at Montreal. They actually had the lead in that game. They have lost the last 3 games here. Let's try 4 games here by a combined score of 21-7. So I think I might be alone in this one. Let's see what we got in the chat here. Greg says 4-3 Senators tonight. Robert's got it going over here. You got to think over. I mean, with these two teams right now, I mean, they're combined 52 and 37 to the over. Although I think that Vancouver's more of a over at home. Ottawa might be. They're 19 and 13 of the over as a favorite. Ottawa here, money line. Senators on the spread. Senators team total over for 9 legacy. Robert R. Thompson is on the over here. Here's Greg with a little parlay action here tonight with the Islanders, Mammoth, Jets, and Dallas. Robert's going to go with me here. Personal account says that, maybe the worst goalie today, says a personal account here with Merlanen. Is indeed in goal. And Lankinen's not too special either. This is a battle of the innings. Mary Lanen and Lankinen there. Okay, I think that's it for that one. I'll take Vancouver. Not a great game. Let's go to a better one. Montreal here on the road, taking on the Caps. Good one here with Washington, 23-17-6. Montreal, 26-14-6. Good game here. Montreal may be playing a little bit better right now coming into this one. I think the goalie situation here, let me see. Is it indeed Fowler here? No, it's Sam. It's Sam in goal. For sure here. It's already been confirmed. It's Sam tonight. Remember what I've been talking about, the Canadians having to juggle these goaltenders a little bit. But here is Sam in the net here tonight. It's just 8-6-1. We know he's missed some time this year, 3.39 goals against. He hasn't been great, but Montreal's playing well enough that maybe Sam can get it back going. Thompson, of course, just 16-12-4. Nothing like the record he had last year, but still a 2.35 goals against. You know what you get with Thompson in here. Big price, man, $1.60 for this Montreal not playing dreadful, that's for sure. In fact, look at this thing's actually gone way down I'm showing the caps here already down to $1.40. So I was on a show last night talking about the Canadians at plus $1.40, and here they are all the way down even $1.35 right now at Bet Online for the Capitals. So the move clearly on Montreal here. Montreal's 13-4 on the road this season, one of the best. Washington 13-8 at home, 18-13 as a favorite here. Montreal 28-18 to the over this season, 14-8 to the over on the road, and 18-7 to the over as an underdog here. So see what you got in this one though with the Canadians and the Capitals here tonight. A pretty good game. I'll go to the chat and see what you have in this one. I know what I'm doing. I got, in fact, I got to adjust the total. Well, I mean, there's 6.5 under 20 at some of the sharp books, so I like the under here. You might grade it 6 under 20 here in this one, but I'm going to go under here with Sam and Thompson in goal. Yes, Montreal is playing to the over here for the most part, but they've been going under here a little bit of late. Let's see here. Montreal's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games on the road at Washington. They've gone over in 6 of their last 8 on the road, but under in 6 of their last 10 overall. Washington's gone over here in 4 of their last 6 at home, but are 11-13 to the under overall. I'm going to take the under here in this one. I'll probably lay the juice at 6.5, but you grade me at 6 here in this one. And we've got 9 Legacy on Montreal here. Robert's on Montreal as well. Our Tom's going over here in this one. And Greg says it'll be 4-3 in favor of the Caps tonight. That would be a Montreal cover, technically, I do believe. But, all right. Let's go to the next one here. We got another good one on tap with the Lightning here on the road. Man, Lightning. Heard Dylon last night talking about the Lightning in this their current streak right now. He said they're the hottest team in hockey, and it's easy to just default and go, what are you talking about? And Colorado, no, the Lightning. In fact, Colorado's lost a couple of games in there that makes this Lightning winning streak really stand out. What is it, 10, 11 in a row right now? Here now, this one there are some injuries here. We'll take a look at this here. Some notable injuries here in this one. Everyone's favorite, Braden Point. He is questionable in this game, and also for the Penguins, you got Carlson on the injured list here. That was announced this morning. I think we knew it was going down here with that. Actually, we don't know what the injury is on the injury report. So that was kind of big news here today that Carlson, the defenseman, out here for the Penguins here in this one. So a little bit of concern there. But Point, lower body injury in that last game. He needed to be helped off the ice there in that one. So big news there for sure. Let's see what you have in this one with the Penguins and the Lightning at home. Lightning, this streak has been so good, but Point is such a key player, man. And will that be enough here to sway the tide? Tampa Bay is 16-4 on the road so far this season. Pittsburgh 10-7 at home so far this year. Tampa's won 4 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams. Tampa's gone over in 6 of their last 8 and 8 of their last 10. They're also 21-14 to the over as a favorite. Pittsburgh, meanwhile, 15-12 to the over as a dog, but they've been a solid under here of late. They've gone under in 4 of their last 5. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone over. Pittsburgh's won 6 of 8 and 4 of their last 5 games at home. Let's go to the chat for this one, and let's fire it. It must be 8:20 here in the Las Vegas because the tweet deck has crashed again. I think it crashes every day at the same time. Let's go to the chat in this one. All right, Penguins here for Cascade. Greg says 4-2 Tampa, 9 Legacies, liking Pittsburgh to break that streak here. Robert says you got to keep going with the Lightning here right now. Even without Point, this team is so hot. You got Vasilevsky here going up against Silovs here in this one. And, man, the Lightning's so good. This is a big factor of this injury, though, here today. Give me the over still here in this one. I'm going to try the over today with Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh. I'll take the over in this one. And let's see here. Mike says the Lightning's still on a roll, but R. Thompson's on the Penguins here. Yeah, they are hot, but everyone's talking about this injury to Braden Point tonight, and how long will he miss, and will it affect the Lightning here in the short term? Lightning 28-13-3, Pittsburgh still 21-14-9. All right, let's keep it moving here right now with the Flames on the road, taking on the Blue Jackets here. Calgary, 19-22-4. They snapped their losing streak last time out of the 2-1 win over Pittsburgh the other night for Columbus. Meanwhile, they come in off of a win as well over Utah last night. 2 nights ago, 3-2. Both teams were mired in losing streaks before winning their last game here. For Calgary, right now with Dustin Wolf, I believe, here in goal tonight. Calgary's won 9 of the last 13 meetings between these two teams overall, but they've lost 4 of their last 5. As I mentioned, Calgary's gone under in 5 of their last 6 on the road. 6 of their last 9 overall have gone under. They've been an over team most of the season. In fact, they're 14-10 to the over on the road. Columbus is 9-4 to the over as a favorite here, but let's see what you've got actually in this one. If it is indeed a Wolf going up against Greaves. Greaves is likely. It could be Cooley. Cooley looked good in that, I believe, right, in that win there in that win at Pittsburgh 2-1. But whether or not he'll play, he played well. I mean, maybe you do want to have him in there, but he's been so solid with a 2.29 goals against. But Wolf here still maybe number 1 right now, but Cooley's been playing well. Greaves comes in with a 2.71 goals against. Greaves has done a nice job here for the most part. 13-12-6 record, but still solid goals against for Greaves despite this losing streak, and they've been giving up some goals here before the 3-2 win over Utah last time out. So go ahead, let's see what you have though with this one. And Calgary on the road taking on Columbus here in this one. Can Calgary do it again? All right. Yeah, should be noted. I think we were. It was in another show we were talking about the firing there last night, and bringing in a veteran like what's the guy's name? You guys, I can't even think of the coach of the Blue Jackets, but I know they brought in Rick Bowness, a veteran coach there. But I just going to show, I can't even remember. What that coach's name was, you guys. That's bad on me. I might have to look it up here. You guys want to make me look this up right now? What was that guy's name? Evanes. Yeah, Evanes. Yeah, he had a tough go of it, right? I mean, Evanes, when he came to Columbus, they had that terrible tragedy there. So rough day there for Columbus. And look, I mean, they beat Utah. Columbus had, look, they're 19-19-7 there. I don't know what your expectations are here right now, but yeah, everyone's liking the Blue Jackets here to bounce back in this one. I'm not so sure. Actually, here we go. Roberts on the Blue Jackets, Kane's on the Blue Jackets, R. Thompson on these 3 are on the Blue Jackets. I think I'm supposed to take the Blue Jackets, but oh man, I don't know if I can do it. Maybe I'll just look to the total here. in this one. It feels like it's going to be a high-scoring game, and I know the Sharps are going to be on the under here with this matchup, and that's probably the way that I'll go to. But let me hear from you in the chat. I mean, these are teams that are definitely over teams, especially Calgary here. Mentioned some of those trends right now, but all right, let's see here. Also, Greg likes the Flames at least here. All right, and Big Under says, I think Big Under says personal account. Yeah, in fact, it's 6 over here, a lot of spots. I guess there are some 6.5s out there. I'm listed at 6 over, but I'm taking the under in this one with Calgary and Columbus here tonight. I'm taking the under. Red Wings and Bruins here. One of the games of the night for sure. And this one with the Wings and underdog Bruins $1.30 here at home. In this one, you've got it looks like Swayman and Talbot here. Red Wings are hot. Bruins are hot. Good game here. Red Wings 4 straight wins over Ottawa, Vancouver, Montreal, and Carolina. Boston, meanwhile, with wins over Calgary, the Rangers, and Pittsburgh. Both teams in great form, man. Winning these games here. Detroit, 28-15-4. Boston, 25-19-2. Detroit, 12-7 on the road, but Boston, 15-8 at home. Looks like a pretty decent number here at $1.30 for the dog here. We are getting an injury update here right now. It looks like Geeky will be in the game tonight. There was talk that he could miss, or did he miss last game? My notes here say that Geeky has just been, they just had a release here that says he will be in the game tonight. So I wasn't familiar with any information about his absence. So apologize there, but they did send a note here that he will be in the lineup. And I know he's a big favorite of you guys. So I wanted to make sure that I announced that. All right, let's see what you guys have here in this one. A lot of people say that there might be some, value here right now to this Red Wing side on the road, but Boston at home. I mean, these guys are starting to play pretty well here right now. They are currently 15-8 at home so far this season. Detroit's been a great road team for sure, 12-7 on the road. So yeah, it's good game here. What do you guys think in this one between Detroit and the Bruins here tonight? I'll go to the chat a little bit and try to fire up my computer over here. All right. There we go. All right. Robert's on the Bruins here in this one. I mean, how could I not go with the Bruins in this game? I really like them. In fact, I'm going to take the Bruins 9 legacies on them. Greg does take Detroit here. Look, this might be some value here, but I'm on the Bruins here with you guys at $1.30 in this one. I already was talking them up last night on another show. I'm going to take them again here and take Boston here in this one over Detroit. I think if you look at the total overall, these two teams kind of point to the over here for the most part. You got Detroit 15-9 to the over as an underdog, but Boston here is under in 4 of their last 5 games against Detroit. 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams have gone under here in Boston, and if it is 6.5, that might be enough. I am seeing some 6.5, some 6 overs here right now, but maybe the under might be the way to go, despite the trends of these two teams. They did meet back in December, and it was 5-4. Detroit won at home, but Boston won the meeting at home late November, 3-2, and we're here in Boston tonight. All right, let's go next up here with the Hurricanes taking on the Blues. In this one, with the Hurricanes, going to be a big favorite on the road here, $1.70 total, 6.5 under 25. We're starting to see some 6 flat out there right now. Maybe we can change it to 6 flat. The sharp books are at 6 flat here, it looks like. there's some 6.5 unders right now, so maybe I'll get a little greedy here or carried away. St. Louis has lost 3 games in a row here right now with losses to Vegas, Utah, and Chicago. Carolina had their winning streak snapped last time out by Detroit last night. 4-2-3 at Detroit. That one did go overtime, and Detroit got the late win. Vancouver had to work hard actually to come back in that game. They had actually trailed in the game 3-0 after 2 periods, scored 3 goals in the third period. So you could say that maybe they extended themselves a little bit here, but man, still. Carolina basically been favored in every game but 5 games, I think, so far this season. They're 12-6 on the road here. Man, this team gets bet like nobody's business, and they still come through for the most part. For St. Louis here in this matchup, St. Louis comes in here 17-21-8. Also 10-9 straight up at home so far here for the Blues. Carolina's won 6 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams. Carolina's also won 4 of their last 5 overall. Despite that loss last time, they're on a 4-game winning streak. Carolina, though, just 1-4 in their last 5 on the road, but St. Louis has lost 5 of their last 7. They've gone over in 4 of their last 6, but under in 4 of their last 6 at home. What to do? You got to think Carolina. You got to think we're going to get goals here in this game. Bussy's been great, no doubt about it. He's got incredible numbers. He's got a great winning percentage here right now in this one. But man, Carolina, I'm going to take Carolina here in this one. I'm going to take them on the puck line here. I think they're going to blow them out. I think they'll get this 2-goal win here. That's a blowout in the NHL nowadays. I'm going to take Carolina to take care of business in this one. I think they'll score goals. It feels like the Sharps are kind of coming in hard on the under here. I got to respect it. So I was talking about the over last night on another show, but I think it might be more about Carolina in this game. All right, let's see here. All right. Hey, SF Niners in there today. He's talking to somebody about Purdy. Somebody said Purdy is a game manager in there. Robert, here, let's see, Cash Cane's on the puck line. Here's Greg. He says 4-2 Canes, and 9 Legacy says Hurricanes also on the puck line here. So, all right, you guys got it, man. Robert's on it as well. Everyone's on the Canes here with me. So let's do it. Canes to rock against the Blues here tonight. Maybe a little bit of frustration after losing that game there against Detroit last night. Hey, they still earned a point, and that was the important thing about that, I think. Good to see here. Let's see. Let's go next to the Oilers taking on Nashville here. Look, I might be done betting Nashville here for the time being. I'm not putting them on any do not bet list. I just probably not going to take them here tonight against Edmonton, and despite the fact that I've been rolling with Nashville a little bit. They're not the best team, but it seems like their prices are just so good all the time. But you know what? They're a pretty bad underdog. 11-19 as an underdog. We've been actually laying probably too big of a price on Nashville when they've been a favorite at home a little bit, but it's worked out. So, but in this one, I don't know. This feels more like Edmonton's ball game, hockey game here. In this matchup, Edmonton's won 5 straight meetings against Nashville overall. Edmonton's 8-3 in their last 11 on the road. Nashville has won 8 of their last 12 games overall, but they're 1-6 at home against Edmonton in the last 7 meetings between the two teams here. So I think Edmonton probably gets this one, but maybe we can look at the total, see what you guys have here with these two. But Edmonton's gone over in 5 of their last 6 games. Nashville's gone under in 4 of their last 6 and 5 of their last 6 at home. I just think this is the one for Edmonton to take it to them here in this one. I like Edmonton to win this one on the road in a high-scoring game. Give me the over here with Edmonton and Nashville tonight. I'll take the over as my official play, but I think you hear what I'm saying in this one. I kind of like Edmonton here to get the job done against Nashville tonight, maybe racking up some goals here in this one. Let's see what you guys have here, though. It's going to be the Preds. So on the puck line, though, for Cash Kane, Oilers money line for Greg, and Nine Legacy also Oilers on the money line. Okay, next up, we got the Islanders on the road taking on the Jets. In this one, look, the Islanders have been, what can you say, a pretty decent road team for sure, especially money-wise here. They're 11-7 on the road so far this season. But this, what? I'm not saying the Jets are ready to turn around, but obviously here they've won 2 in a row. That was a really embarrassing streak. Winnipeg, maybe they're not as bad as that streak, that 11th game losing streak here. Maybe they can win their 3rd in a row right now with the Islanders. The Islanders are playing well. They've won 3 of 4. They were underdogs in all those games, and they've been terrific. But I don't know. I think Winnipeg here, I can't sell you on any trends a little bit. Winnipeg's actually lost 4 of the last 16 games at home to the Islanders coming in, and 9 of the last 12 overall. Islanders have gone under in 10 of their last 12 games on the road right now. Winnipeg's been going over in 5 of their last 6 at home, 6 straight overs overall for them right now. But we'll see, man. The Islanders come in here, 3rd game of the road trip right now, and I have questions coming in. Maybe Hellebuck can start to get it going here at this point. I think Hellebuck can be in line for a pretty decent game here tonight and keep these guys in check. This one to me feels like 2-1, 3-2 here. I've got to go under in this one with the Islanders and the Jets. We do have a 5.5 here, and is that the first 5.5 on this board today? I think it is. It's juiced to the under at the square books, but over at Circa. So that would actually kind of put you maybe on the over here. And these two teams are not dead solid. Well, the Islanders are the under team. They're under in 8 of their 21 road games. Winnipeg, though, 26-18 to the over. It's up to Winnipeg here to prove it. These two teams have met, I believe, once this season. Islanders won it the Jets won at the Isles 5-2. All right, let's see what you got here in the chat. We're almost done with the show here. Hey, remember, you can comment there and win a subscription from me here by putting your name in the chat. Notice. If you haven't done so, if you haven't commented on a game yet, make sure you do so in the chat, and you'll be eligible for a drawing to get a subscription of 1 month to my picks. Hopefully, you'll take advantage of that. All right, here we go. We got 9 Legacy, Jets money line. Robert said Islanders. Greg said Islanders. Robert said over. Did I cover all these? And Cash Kane on the Islanders here in this one, but I'm going under here in this one. Maple Leafs at the Mammoth here. Mammoth $1.50 total, 6.5 here. Toronto on a winning streak all of a sudden again, won 4 in a row over Florida, Philadelphia, Vancouver, and Colorado. Utah meanwhile comes in off of a loss, 3-2 to Columbus, but Toronto's on the back-to-back here. They were just in Colorado and, of course, pulled that win off over the Avalanche. Had to be a nice little short flight over to Salt Lake City here off of a win, but you do have the Mammoth here kind of lying in wait for them a little bit. Still, Toronto, one of the hottest teams in the league, no doubt about it, with their current streak. Here right now, Toronto's won 6 of their last 7 overall, 4 straight coming in. They're also 5-0 straight up against Utah in the last few meetings. Toronto just 2-5 in their last 7 on the road. Utah's won 4 of their last 6. 4 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone over, and 7 of the last 10 at home for Utah have gone over here right now. So let's see what you have here. I think it's Hildeby and Velmica in the pipes here in this one. Let me see if we have any. Yep, nothing yet with these two, but let me hear from you in the chat, and I'll make my call as well with Toronto and Utah. And we see mostly sixes out there right now. There's been a lot of pressure to the under in this one.
Goalies.
Uh-oh. Am I still on? Man, I'm going real slow right now. I hope I'm still on the air. I am really moving slow on my screen. I look like a Max Headroom or something there. And this is I'm using an Apple computer. I'm an Apple guy. If anybody, remember that old argument, Apple or Android or PC? I'm an Apple guy. All right, so a lot of heavy pressure to the under in this game. I'm not sure I'm about it actually, though, in this matchup right now. Maybe what we've seen here, but these two teams did meet back in November in Toronto. It was 5-3 in the first meeting. Toronto got the win there in that one, but to me, I don't know. This total just feels like it's going a little bit too low for me, and I'm going to actually go over here with Toronto and Utah tonight as my play at 6 over 20. Maybe be a little lower than that. It might be 6 over 15. Boy, I gotta wrap this show up, guys. I don't know what's going on here, but I feel like things not even working anymore, and I'm seeing the viewership drop here. Maybe it's just the picks. Maybe it's the bad picks. All right, here we go. Sorry, James, I missed your Islanders pick back in there. Nine Legacy said he had the Maple Leafs yesterday, but he's going to be on Utah today. I'm with you, I think, on that one, Nine Legacy. Here's also Utah for Greg. Andrew K is here. He's on the Maple Leafs in this one. And Robert, liking the Mammoth here as well. I think we're almost in a consensus there a little bit that the Mammoth kind of answer here at home against this hot Toronto team. Let me get the last one in and got to turn my computer off and on, I think, here. Stars and Ducks in this one with the Stars on the road. Slight favorite here, $1.20 total, 6.5 here with these two. You got Dallas coming in here, one of the best, 27, 10, and 9 right now. And the poor Ducks. Is this the spot? Is this the night for the Ducks? They're on this bad losing streak here right now, having lost 9 in a row coming in here right now. They still are 12-8 at home this season. Dallas, though, 5-4 on the road. Ducks, amazingly enough, despite this big-time losing streak, they're still not horrible at home. In fact, they're still up over 2.5 units this season at home. Dallas, meanwhile, though, is up 3 units on the road. They're, like I said, 15-4-6 on the road. Dallas coming in a win over the Kings last night, 3-1. So not having to travel at all, but they are on the back-to-back here at Anaheim in this one. But the Ducks here have just been dismal, especially defensively. They've allowed 27 goals in their last 5 games overall. That's a lot of goals, man, and you got to think it's going big time here tonight. Everyone's got this thing jacked up to 6.5, so much so it feels like we might see some books actually hanging a 7 as their standard number right now. Bovada's at 6.5 over at -133 in this one. So I don't know. Gotta think it's going to be some goals here. You think DeSmith is going to be toning it down here against Dostal tonight? DeSmith has good numbers, but Dallas may be able to rack up some goals here. Let's see what you got in the chat in this one with Anaheim here going up against Dallas tonight. I think I'm just going to go over unless you guys have something in the chat going on. Let's see. I can't even put the comments up there right now. My computer's running so slow all of a sudden. I can see your comments. I might just have to read them off here. My lips are moving, but my voice, my lips are about 5 seconds behind my voice. What is going on here? All right. Oh, here we go. I think it's working now. Robert's on the Ducks here. Kane's on the Stars. And Stars for 9 Legacy. Greg's on Dallas. And there's Stan Don. He wants to know, what do you think, the U or IU? Oh, man, can't wait for that one, huh? And 5.5 goals per game. That's great. Stan Don, yeah, I got to fix this thing up. I'm just going to take the over because out of frustration here. I think it's cool. I got to be a lot of goals tonight. That's the show here, everybody. Hey, hopefully I'll be back tomorrow with more Morning Steam. It's 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. There we go. Join Mikey today at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific for pre-gaming. Mikey gets you ready for the primetime action with looks here at the late game, at all the night games here in sports betting here in this one. So make sure you're joining me here tomorrow and Mikey this afternoon for pre-gaming here. Let's hear from Mikey. Don't forget, you get more picks from me today. This is how you support me here on the channel. Why not subscribe for 1 month? I'll give you 5 weeks. It's just $19.95, and that goes down to about $17 when you use the promo code STEAM. It keeps me coming back every day. If you don't want me to come here, don't get the picks. Okay, don't subscribe. After a while, if everyone stops subscribing, then I'll just fade off into the sunset. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off those premium pick packages I might have to buy. I mean, I buy so many. Need a new computer over here for the tweet deck. Maybe I got to start parlaying a little bit. Maybe I got to play more poker. I'll go play some live poker, but then I can't sit here and handicap and watch games. All right, let's hear from Mikey, and hopefully this works.
Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
Doing the drawing, you guys. This thing's all, oh boy, everything's going haywire here. Let's do the drawing. Can you see it? Can you see me? I don't know. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I'll make a quick exit here. R. Thompson's a winner. R. Thompson, I'll put another month on your subscription. Where am I? I'm nowhere to be found. That's it for the show. This is sad. Here I come, maybe in the next 30 seconds. There, boom. It probably looks fine to you guys on the screen, but my computer's running slow. Robert still said it was a good show despite the technical glitches here at the end. It might just be on my end. Okay, that's it. We get out of here. See you tomorrow. That's it for the morning steam. Probably can I even get Peasy's music up here?
Gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money. Sports money every single day.